Hello everyone and welcome to a new Riven tutorial. Today I will be teaching you a combo that is Albert's aka BoxBox's favorite Riven combo. I actually found out that this combo was his favorite because of the following clip.
As soon as Rengar ulted onto me, I was like, oh yes! Finally I can do it!
And it makes sense to me because it is a combo that uses both a fast combo and flash in a very visually pleasing way, but is also useful at the same time instead of just being used to look fancy. It's not a combo that is neither very hard nor very easy. I say it is of medium difficulty, and practicing it for a couple of hours should be plenty of time to learn it and being able to pull it off most of the time. As you have seen, the combo was executed like this in the clip, but Albert has used different variations of it in the past, even without having to use his ult whatsoever. And what he calls his favorite combo is mainly referring to the part where, while fast comboing, the second Q's animation is cancelled by flashing away and then using the third Q after to knock up the enemy. There are two crucial things to keep in mind if you want to learn this combo. The first one is that ideally you want to execute it on a melee target, and the reason for that is that part of the combo depends on the enemy walking towards you to try and get an auto attack off, and if the enemy is ranged then they can just keep attacking from a safe distance and flashing won't have much of an effect. The second thing is that if you want to increase your success rate with this combo dramatically, you should not click where you're flashing like BoxBox does in every one of his showcases of this combo, because he is very used to doing it and he doesn't fail often, so it's okay for him. But most of the times I do the combo, I just flash without clicking anywhere. That way Riven will have an attack command locked on the enemy target and will instantly face towards the enemy after flashing, allowing you to cast your third Q right away and ensuring that you face towards the enemy and not the other way around. Otherwise, if you click on the ground behind you, this will most likely happen to you sometime. If you only flash and don't click and throw your third Q instantly after, you will land your knockup successfully most of the time. I will mention 4 different variations of the combo throughout the video, but if you get the flash while fast comboing part, the rest should be pretty easy to pull off. And okay, so the 4 variations are as follows. The first 2 are used when you can't or don't want to use your stun for some reason, and the other 2 use the W, the stun, to either chain CC the enemy or to burst the enemy faster. The first one deals more overall damage, but is riskier to do, mainly because you need to squeeze the auto attack between the knockup and the wind slash cast. You could cancel your auto attack or the enemy could flash away, and that would ruin the whole combo. And this is why the second variation can be more useful depending on the situation. The second variation is safer because the wind slash is casted right after your knockup and the auto attack comes right after it in a faster way than with the first variation. The third and fourth variation, as I said, use the stun. The third one, just like the first one, is the riskier one out of the two, but it uses a double cast and bursts the enemy quicker at first. With this one, you can either end it with the first combo, which will make it again riskier, or with the second variation ending, which would be safer obviously. And I honestly think this combo looks fancier than the fourth, even though the fourth is better in terms of dealing damage and chain CCing the enemy. The fourth variation is safer than the third due to the fact that you will be chain CCing the enemy by casting your W after your knockup, ensuring the wind slash hits, and it should deal about the same damage as the third combo variation. The fourth variation is again safer than the third due to the fact that you will be chain CCing the enemy by casting your W after your knockup, ensuring the wind slash hits, and it should deal about the same damage as the third combo variation. Albert uses this variation with the exception that he doesn't auto attack the enemy right before the stun, and instead he uses his wind slash right after casting his stun without landing the auto attack, which would technically work either way, but if you can manage to auto attack before the W while the enemy is being knocked up, you will of course deal more damage, and it may be the difference between killing the enemy or getting killed. In order to learn it, I would suggest to just practice the fast combo with the flash several times until you can do it very fluently and with an almost 100% success rate. If you plan on using the third variation, try to include the double cast practice inside the fast combo, and after that the rest is pretty easy. You just need to remember to ER in order to mask your ult active animation at first, and to use your wind slash the right way after knocking up the enemy with one of the variations showcased before. Muscle memory is the key to mastering these combos, so you can practice several times the endings of the combo with your third Q. Like for instance, if I wanted to do the fourth variation after practicing the fast combo with the flashing part, I will practice the ending specifically by doing the following key combination several times. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope this video was useful for some of you at least. If you have any video suggestions for my following guides, please let me know, and I will see you next time.